Thank you. John, about the bill President Biden signed yesterday, he says he will declassify COVID origins intel except info that would harm national security. Is there a bigger national security threat than something that killed 1.1 million people in this country?
I've seen some of the commentary on your network about this. The president obviously has to balance transparency with national security, Peter. Of course he does. Right when coming into office, ordered the declassification of what the DNI had on COVID origins, ordered the entire intelligence community, and added the Department of Energy to that list.
And where is it?
Hey, let me finish my answer.
If we're talking about the beginning of
added the
his
Department
term.
of Energy and the national labs, told them to keep studying it. We have kept Congress informed. Some of that has to be in a classified way right now, but it's always a balance between the public's right to know, right, not need, but right, and our obligation to protect national security. So one should not read into that statement that he's sort of laying a foundation here to be overly secretive. He believes strongly that we've got to find the roots and the origins of COVID so that we can prevent a future pandemic. And through his actions, just judge him on what he's done. Through his actions, he's proven that he's willing to be as transparent as possible with the American people because he believes that's important.
Then does the White House hope that the lab leak theory is not true?
We don't have a hope one way or the other, Peter. What we want is the ground truth. Wherever that takes us, wherever the science takes you, wherever the facts takes you, President Biden wants to know so that he can help work with the scientific community to prevent a future pandemic. We're not, there's no thumb on the scale here, Peter. It's not about not wanting a certain outcome. We just want the best possible outcome that we can get.
And just quickly about the meeting today, the Xi-Putin meeting. In November, when President Biden met with Xi, he said, I want to make sure that every country abides by the international rules of the road. Does he think China is abiding by the international rules of the road?
In some cases, we have significant concerns about China's behavior, particularly their coercive and aggressive behavior, for instance, in the South China Sea and pursuing false maritime claims, concerns about intellectual theft. And some trade practices. And the president's been very open and honest about that, and he was when they met in Bali. But there are other areas where we believe there's room for cooperation with China, and we want to be able to pursue that too. But in order to do that, Peter, you got to keep those lines of communication open. You got to have that ability to talk, particularly when things are tense like they are right now, and that's what the president wants to get back to.